Hello and welcome to the Property Management Show. I'm your host, Alex Osenenko. My day job is the CEO of Fourandhalf, a marketing company that works exclusively with fee-based property management companies. I spent the last 7 years of my life helping property management companies become more successful by improving sales, marketing, and operational efficiency. On this show, we'll deconstruct success into its key components and invite subject matter experts to help you improve every facet of your business. Thank you for tuning in and enjoy the show. Hey guys, thank you for clicking play. Good to have you here on the podcast with me. I have a good one for you today. We're sitting down and dissecting a sales call from one of our customers. He's called Ryan Weir. He is the owner of a property management company called Weir Property Management in Auckland, New Zealand. And Ryan was very kind to allow me to share his full-on phone call from, hello all the way down to a close. He got a phone call from Google AdWords, one of his ads, and this is a gentleman interested in property management. So let's hear Ryan navigate this call, and I'll include bits of my commentary as we go, and I'll also have a bit on the tail end discussing the strategies and what worked, what didn't, and how you can use similar call reviews to train your staff and really lift your overall sales performance. All right, let's get in the call.
Good afternoon, Weir Property Management. Ryan speaking.
Yeah, g'day Ryan. It's Richard here. How are you?
Okay, right off the bat, what do you hear? Good afternoon, Weir Property Management. This is Ryan speaking. How can I help you? Now, that's the kind of introduction that you need to train your salespeople and get in the mode yourself to make every time the phone rings. You want to identify who you are, what your company is, and be friendly and welcoming to the person. Good start, Ryan. Let's get into it.
G'day, Richard. Good. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. Hey, look, I was just ringing because me and my wife, we have bought a new place out in, but we have our place in we wanted to rent out, but one of the terms on our finances is to have a rental appraisal for our current property to be around the $620 mark per week.
Yep.
So I was wondering to see how we go about getting an appraisal for our house.
Cool. Sorry, just what was your last name, Richard?
Right off the bat, I noticed one thing. Ryan is patient, he's listening, he's not interrupting, and instead of going in for some questioning and proceeding to discovery, he's going to start and identify the person's name and their contact information prior to jumping back into the discovery. So that's a good bit. Let's keep going.
Cool. Did someone pass our details on to you?
I found them on the internet.
Oh, perfect. Okay, no problem. Whereabouts is your property in Highland Park? Cool. And you're moving out to Pookie, did you say? Have you bought a new build out there?
Yeah.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, so thought it's about time to make a bit of a move. Get a bit bigger land behind us.
Good on you. And would you be enlisting the services of a professional property manager such as ourselves for to look at?
I think that's sort of the goal. I think at this stage we possibly we do really probably want someone to look after the place that way.
And the prices for rental properties does change throughout the year. Auckland is a little bit seasonal. So when are you relocating out to? Because that's when I know your Highland Park
February.
Cool. As it happens, it's a really good time to rent properties. The prices are good, and there's more tenants to choose from.
Excellent.
Which is good. Can you tell me a little bit about your property?
So what Ryan did here is pretty brilliant. If you notice right off the bat, he asked, "How did you find us?" And prospect said, "The internet." So that's a good bit of information to keep going. You don't want to dig too deeply into it. Your digital channels should be aligned, and you should go to Lead Simple software, and you should know. They say internet. You should have a good tracking system to capture that. I wouldn't dig too deeply into it because people don't remember, and you don't want to deviate the call from its purpose and try to just ask them too many questions about how they found you. But this is a good initial bit. And then Ryan did what we always train and recommend everybody doing by opening discovery by saying this. Tell me a little bit about your property. People are emotionally connected to the homes they live in, and they're now having to rent it out. It's very important to them that you listen, you care. That is an excellent question to jump off to a discovery. All right, let's keep going.
Well, it's a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom, separate toilet house. We bought it about 3 years ago. It was an old hoarder's house. So I own a building company. So we fully renovated the whole house inside and out, full insulation, new bathroom, new kitchen, fully insulated, painted, everything, the works. And obviously we planned on living here for quite some time, so we did quite a nice job of it. It's got
what other things?
What's that?
Sorry, what other? Does it have a garage?
Yes, it's got a large garage. Yep.
Is it for 2 cars?
It's sort of a garage, a single plus workshop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's a large single workshop
slash man cave.
Yes, that's right, slash man cave. Yeah, and then it sits on quite a large property, so it's got 680 square meters, I think, of land.
Perfect.
Courtyard out the back, private. You're fully fenced.
Is it?
Yeah, so it's heat pumped. Does that count?
It's got an HRV by chance?
No, it doesn't have an HRV. It's just got the heat pump. Yeah.
Nice one. Okay, no, that'll be great. I'll also be able to get some details online, but it's really great to hear that stuff straight from the
the online pictures don't do it any justice because it's all been changed since the...
Yeah. You renovated it because you thought you'd be there for ages. So it'll be quite nice, I presume.
Yeah, it is. It's really nice. We've got a new concrete driveway all the way up and footpath, and it's all groomed.
Well, Richard, I'll do some work on it later today, and I'll be able to give you a call back tomorrow and also fire through an appraisal.
Perfect.
And we'll give you an appraisal that will be satisfactory for the bank to achieve what you need to on that side of things.
So at this point in the call, most people will simply give up because, you got the address, you got a little bit of information about the house, you're going to give this person an appraisal, which his bank requires to finance his new home that he's buying. So at this point, most people would just say their goodbyes and say, hey, I'll call you tomorrow. But Ryan didn't do this. Ryan kept going on this call. Let's hear how he did it.
It goes without saying that we'd love to manage the property for you, but I'll just keep in touch with you on that.
Excellent.
What's your email address, by the way? Oh dear. No, that's fantastic. Do you have any questions about what we do as property managers or anything like that?
Look, I've got a fair idea. I was just sort of wondering what sort of rates would I be looking at for the property management? Like, is it done on a percentage? Is it?
Yeah, you're right. So it's done on a percentage, which is great because it gives us plenty of incentive to get the property rented for you as quick as possible to a good tenant. So we're only getting paid when rent's being paid on your property. Our going rate's about 8.5%. And what you get, we're quite different. We actually give our owners get a free rental guarantee. So what that means is when we put a person into your property, Richard.
What's happening here? By doing discovery and satisfying the prospect's initial request to get an appraisal for their property for the bank, Ryan earned the right to present his company as a solution to this gentleman's home that he needs to rent out. And right away here, the differentiation that Ryan introduces right off the bat during the presentation stage, he says, hey, we're actually quite different. We offer tenant guarantee. And that is a really good way to, again, make sure that you introduce points of differentiation and why you are the best person to earn their business. And it's the right time to do it. Let's hear how he does the rest of it.
If for whatever reason they miss a rent payment or several payments, we actually continue to pay the rent to you out of our own pockets.
Oh, wow.
And that's a promise. Yeah, that's a promise we give to landlords because we're really good at selecting rent, and we feel that we sort of put our money where our mouth is. If we select a tenant for your property, and we bring them to you and we say these are the people we want to put in your property, we actually, give you we underwrite that tenancy and say if they don't pay, we'll pay you. We'll continue to pay you.
Oh, that's excellent. Yeah. Well, despite what the banks say they need it to come back at, they're saying like for example 620. I mean, realistically, we can cover our mortgage quite easily at a lower rate. So so it's not
they
like
just stress test the shit out of it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, typical, isn't it?
Yeah, they want you to be able to cover your payments like 1.5 times.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's what they do. The other thing we do is we do meth testing at the start and at the end of the tenancy. Because not that we're picking people that use meth. It's just because meth has become so prevalent. Like every corner of society now could be a meth user, whether they're a banker, a builder, or a bricklayer, or whatever, an engineer. It's possible that they could be using meth. So we actually do the test right in front of them, so they know that we've tested the property. If you get my drift.
Well, that's really good. Yeah, well, that makes perfect sense because at the end of the day, if it has been like manufactured, like I'm also a volunteer firefighter, so I sit here and it's like we have to tear houses down because of the people have manufactured this in the properties and even you have to design some of the walls and things. It's such a hectic situation. No, that sounds really good.
The other one we do is we help with, like this year, smoke alarms became mandatory in all rental properties.
Yeah.
So we ensure that your property complies with the new legislation. If you're missing a smoke alarm or something, we put that in for you. And every year we go back and test it and give you guys a certificate to say your property's up to scratch in terms of smoke alarms.
Oh, that's really positive. Oh, perfect. Yeah.
And another thing we do is to ensure that your property is looked after, we inspect your property usually every quarter, and then what we do is we send you guys a report. The report for a property like yours, 3-bed, 1-bath, could be about 17 or 18 pages long, but that's purely because it includes a lot of high-quality photographs. The written piece is just a few paragraphs to let you know what's going on, but the owners really want to see what's happening inside their property. That's why we include a lot of photographs.
Oh, that's right. No, that sounds all really positive. No, that sounds really good.
Yeah. There's loads and loads we do. I'll include a booklet, like an e-book, that tells you everything that we do for you as your property manager. So just have a browse through that, and I'll send you the appraisal. And, as I say, we'd really love to have your business and put some good tenants into your property when you guys move out.
Oh, awesome. Hey, look, really appreciate it. It's really good. You're actually the first company I've rung, so I'm really happy with that. That's fantastic.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm a second-generation property manager myself. I rented my first property when I was 19, and now I'm in my 30s, so I've been doing it for a while. So
Excellent.
I'm the owner of the company, so I've got a real big focus on customer satisfaction and stuff.
Oh, look, rang the right person then, didn't I?
Cool, mate.
Hey, look, really appreciate your time, and we look forward to working with you. That sounds great.
Sweet, Richard. Thank you very much for the call.
Awesome. No worries. You have a good day, all right?
You too. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right, so let's bring it all together here. So what do you think is the likelihood for Ryan to get this deal booked? Yeah, pretty high, right? Pretty high. So let's kind of examine what he did and how he did it to get to this sort of outcome. Right, number one is pick up the phone, identify yourself, be friendly, and then just listen to what the other person has to say, right, without interrupting. Then you make sure you get their contact information, find out how they found you. And again, you don't want to dig too deeply into this one. You should let your tracking do the measuring. If the lead came from the internet, you'll know if it's from AdWords, if it's from your website, if it's from another lead source. But next, you want to just go deeply into discovery and find out what this person cares about. Like Ryan says, hey, tell me a little bit about your property. That means so much to the other person. You don't, and most of us don't realize it because we're in the business for day in, day out. We eat, breathe, and sleep property management, and in my case, property management marketing. And sometimes we kind of assume things, and that really does us disservice. Every customer should be treated, every prospect should be treated like the only customer you'll ever have. I've learned that in Radio Shack. I spent 5 years managing different stores in Radio Shack in my very initial early career. And one of the key takeaways for me was, every customer is the only customer you'll have for that day. How would your attitude and your approach would change if that was the case? So treat it as such. And once you get through the discovery, find out what's important, assure that person that you're going to do the homework, and then that earns you a right to do your presentation. And Ryan did an amazing job very quickly putting 3 key differentiators of his company, right? He knew them by heart and he explained them, but not only he explained them, he connected with why. For example, the first one was rent guarantee. Why? Because you need to get 1.5 times rent for your mortgage to be able to mortgage your next purchase house. So that was kind of a qualifier, and the rent guarantee helps him get there, and that's the differentiation of his company, major differentiation. Another thing was meth test, right? Maybe it's not as relevant for U.S. or some of the states, but New Zealand, that's an important factor for people to consider as meth is a problem there. So they are, on top of this problem, and they're doing this test in front of the tenant, pre and post tenancy, which is, again, a unique value proposition. And somebody who never rented their house out in the past would really be kind of, you're introducing a little bit of a FUD, which is fear, uncertainty, and doubt. It's not a sleazy sales tactic, but it's realistic. Like, reality is this, that if you get a tenant that is a banker, they can be a meth user, and that could destroy the ability for your property to make money in the future. And the last thing he talked about is inspection reports. And I specifically like the fact that he said, oh yeah, well, for your property, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, you're looking about 15 to 18 pages inspection report. In fact, in here, I would say probably send you a sample inspection report. But I think it's already probably in Ryan's ebook. I haven't seen his ebook yet. But that's the point I'm making next. Is when he closes the phone call, he says, look, I will send you the appraisal your bank is looking for, and I will also include a 18, 20 page ebook or 30 page ebook that has all of the details that describes the service that we provide. And at this stage, the fee that Ryan brought up is not really a problem. He basically focused the discussion on how he earned that fee, and why these issues are important to the prospect, even though he before the phone call did not know about it. So and Ryan was the first person he called, and I think it'll be the last person he called. And at the end, Ryan closed with value and experience. Hey, I've been doing it since I was 12 or 15 or whatever. I really know what I'm doing, and I'm the owner of the company. And if you're a salesperson, or if you're listening to this and you're not the owner of the company, that's fine. But you can say, we've been in business for 5 years. We have these certain awards, or we manage that many properties. We've seen it all, and you want to make sure, again, you prepare your close with that experience differentiator on the tail side of the phone call. So again, the person feels like, hey, not only you speak well and you listen well, but your company is actually qualified to do business with you. And now at the end of this phone call, you know this is a highly likely management contract coming your way, and I hope this was if not earth shattering for you, but at least helpful to realize what you need to do to structure your own sales calls and what you need to do to and how you need to train your salespeople. Feel free to play this podcast to your new salespeople. I think it'll be helpful. Yes, it was a little bit of a New Zealand kind of English, but I think we all get it. I think it transcends across globally. The sales techniques are. So sales techniques are sales techniques, and we're human beings. We want to be cared for. And if I called Ryan, I'd hire him. Would you? Do you know how many calls I listen to on a weekly basis here at Fourandhalf? Right, quite a few. We run, good Google AdWords campaigns for hundreds of property management companies, and we record all of the phone calls. And as a customer, you will get a recording every time the sales call is completed. In fact, every time there's a missed call or a voicemail, you'll get the recording. And these are really, really useful tools to train and coach your team, and sit down and do call reviews just like this with your staff. Would be phenomenal help. In fact, one of the things we do here at Fourandhalf is we have a tradition of we do breakfast clubs in the year. Essentially, it's an hour meeting where we learn something every Monday at 9 a.m. And so something like this would be a great opportunity to play a call like this in your staff, in your staff meeting, and go through the specifics of the call, and make sure everybody's trained, and of course get the permission of the person who was on the call to get that. You don't want to shame them into anything, but the idea is that all of your staff need to understand how important salesmanship is, how important it is to speak to new prospects. And each phone call is potentially $7,000, $10,000, $12,000 in value to your organization. You cannot afford to have to put people on hold. You cannot afford your receptionist and front office person answering the phone without anything but a smile and a full company name and their own name, as Ryan did here. So there's lots of things that need to go right for someone to trust you with managing their home. So I hope this was one of those bits that will help you get better and will help you close more deals. And thank you for taking the time to listen, and we will see you or be with you in the next episode. Have a good one.